Dennis Weiss, Eagle Communications, here with a very special happening for Abilene, Kansas. We have Lisa Dival, who's from the Great Plains Theater Guild, and we have Tanya Baldwin and Boys, who was the recipient of the Best of West, and we're going to talk to you about that today. So Lisa, tell us what the Best of West was and why we did it at Great Plains.
It was a wonderful campaign where the recipient of the raffle, the winner of the raffle, would be able to shop for 2 minutes, one person, one cart, and take the Best of West. And it was a wonderful campaign.
And you ran that raffle for several weeks and several shows.
Yes.
Went on, people bought tickets.
Yes, yes.
You went to Great Plains.
Yes, and we set up a booth at West Grocery Store and sold tickets there, and then sold tickets at the movies and sold tickets at the theater when you would come see a show. And it was just wonderful. It was just a tremendous campaign. We've talked before that it was a win-win for everyone. Someone in the community that could benefit from that, and I just remember that day that I walked into Chris's office and said, "Okay, I got something crazy. I want to run by you," and he was terribly engaging and positive, and
the power of yes. The power of yes.
It's amazing. It's amazing. He put his. I pitched my deal, and he put his head down, and I thought, okay, this is it. This is where he's going to say, "Get out of my office." And his head came up with that great West smile, and it was magic.
Yeah, that's great. And Tanya, I got to watch you run down that aisle with that shopping cart.
We were so excited.
It was a lot of fun. We figured go straight for the meats and then snacks for the kids for on the way to our Kansas City and Wichita trips for appointments. But it was a lot of fun. And I thought I was in better shape than that, but I guess not.
Well, that adrenaline, that's what does it. It isn't the work, it's the adrenaline that sucks it out of you. So, as I was there watching you, I watched you go for 2 minutes. You ran straight down to the meat aisle. Then you went over, and I thought this was interesting. You got crackers. I thought, crackers. Crackers must be important to them, and you told us why.
Yep.
That's snacks for the boys in the car.
Yep. And he, Jackson is a very high risk for like choking and stuff because of the narrowing of his airways.
Yeah.
And so the crackers dissolve, and they're a little bit easier to keep an eye on. One of us keep an eye on him while he eats those.
That's very good. So we're going to film another person along with Chris West here in a minute that's in the middle of this, and that was Diane Miller. Diane Miller actually won your raffle. She was the one who bought the ticket, whose name was drawn out, and it said Diane Miller on it. And you had to announce during this whole process that people could do whatever they wanted to with their winning ticket. And Diane Miller chose to donate it and found the Baldwin family. That had to be fun for you.
It was, and I'm very thankful. Our whole family is very thankful. There was a few times of where it was getting really rough, and we didn't qualify for some assistance in state, and so I'm very appreciative of it.
It's a great reminder to all of us who live here in this community that it is a good community and people still do good things today.
Yes.
I was so glad to have met you, so glad to have watched you run down the aisle, and so glad when you got back after 2 minutes to see Chris West say, "Tanya, on behalf of the West family and the employees of West Country Mart, you get 2 more minutes."
What did you think? What did you think when that?
Wow, 2 more minutes, and so I
know we were all like going, "Oh my gosh!"
I was like, "Wow, that's a lot more," and so I was very happy.
Very cool. Well, thanks for coming in, and thanks for bringing the boys. So nice to meet both of them. Lisa, thanks for sitting with us today, and it was a great program. We're going to put Diane Miller and Chris West in those chairs and talk a little bit more about who they are and what they do. Folks, we'll take a short break. We'll be right back.
have something very exciting to do tonight, and that is to draw the name that's going to be able to win Grabbing the Best of West, and we are so excited to be able to do that. Girls, would you like to turn the hot on?
Yes, I will. Yeah.
We're very thankful to West Grocery Store for providing this wonderful opportunity, not only for an individual, but for the whole community, and to help out the theater. Great.
Diane Miller.
You and making arrangements for you to come in and grab the Best of West at the grocery store. Thank you so much for helping out the theater.
Turn that corner, turn that corner.
Oh, yes, good girl.
Lots of kids to feed.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Do we have a countdown? Does anybody have a countdown?
1 minute.
Anybody have a countdown?
You're going to count it down over the aisle speaker.
Oh, good.
30 seconds, 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
All right, let's go.
Go, 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 go.
There you go.
Okay, 10 seconds. Oh, good.
From our family and all the employees, you get an extra 2 minutes. An extra 2 minutes to do it. Get whatever you want.
There you go. Back to Maxville.
One minute.
1 minute.
Yeah. Good girl. Good girl.
Like I said, you would think that I would be used to running.
Well, you're
I'm at
Looking good.
back with Chris West and Diane Miller. We got to meet the recipients of the Best for West Dash, and we got to meet the originator of the idea. So now the two business people in the room are here, and I want to talk a little bit about why things like this work in our town. And so, Diane, you won that ticket.
I did.
You're involved in a lot of things. You're M&M Tire, you and Butch, and now Dusty and
Right.
his wife, whose name
Sarah?
escaped me. But you're also involved in the Chamber of Commerce, always been involved in Abilene. And I look at this thing and I say, that's very much in character of what goes on around here. Doing good for others.
It is. I think we live in a great community because there are a lot of people that step up when they see a need or hear about a need. And I'm grateful to the Reflector Chronicle for the feature human interest article
Right.
that was in the paper. That's how I learned about the Baldwin family and the issues that they were facing. And had I not seen that article, I wouldn't have been able to do what I did.
Yeah, very well said, very well said. So M&M Tire, how's business?
It's been good. You know, the people of this community treat us well. We appreciate everybody that comes down. We appreciate everybody that lets us help them. And we, in turn, try to give back to the community.
Chris, West family's been, your dad, he said this to me. I asked him to be on camera one time, in which he said no, and then no, and then no. And I said, but Mr. West, you really need to tell people about what you do here. And he looked at me and he said, Dennis, he said, I just sell groceries.
Yeah.
Well, I'm telling him he's wrong today with this camera because you guys do more than sell groceries. You're a great supporter of the things in our community. I never forget that during theater season, especially when I drive by your sign and I see you say Great Plains Theater tonight, movies, or the current play that's there. You guys do a lot for our community, and this is a great example of it, the Best of West Dash.
Yes, thank you. Yes, it was really exciting. It was.
As a business person in the community, we get up every day and we think about what we have to do today. I think in small town America, it's not out of character to have to get up in the morning and do that. But I think it's extra special here in Abilene that you folks have taken the opportunity to say, how can I reach out and help other people? So tell us a little bit about the West family and the grocery business. You can say, my dad just sells groceries, and we'll go from there.
Oh, we've been in Abilene, I think, since 1968. You know, started with my grandpa, and he's even still there today. So there's me and my dad, and Grandpa are still there working today. And
Grandpa still order the sacks?
No. He retired from that job. He comes in about an hour or two every morning.
Okay.
You know, every day of the week. And we're all three there every day. So, just fun, I guess. You get to see your family every day, and visit with people in town. That's one thing I missed when I went to college was, talking to people. That's one thing I always got in trouble for in school was talking too much.
Well, it can't be all bad.
That's right.
If you want to communicate. I just realized this as you're telling that story, Chris. That's something your business and M&M Tire have in common. It's you've successfully made the generational jump. You've made it twice. From Grandpa to Dad and you're still all integrated together, and Butch and Diane now have their son who's taking that business forward. That's another huge thing in small town America. Who's going to do this job after I get done with it?
Right. That's one thing I like about Abilene, and then of course the people that support all of the businesses, but there's quite a few businesses in town with younger generations. I mean, I grew up with Dusty. We were best friends, since kindergarten. And then in turn, as we get older, businesses help each other out and then help the community out. But there are, and I just drew a blank when I was going to start naming some, but there's quite a few businesses in town that, the younger generation's coming up and, working more.
I think if you look at our communities our size, and if you wanted to do some statistical analysis, you could say to yourself pretty easy, a good thing to test for would be how successfully are they handing business to the next generation, and is that next generation from the community?
Right.
And both of you are very fortunate you can answer yes to that. Both of you are very solid businesses.
We've actually been here almost 20 years. So we're getting ready next month to celebrate that 20th anniversary with a thank you to the community for supporting us. A couple of those other younger generation businesses are Smart Insurance, although that's not staying in the Smart family. Kyle Becker is a local
Right.
person who grew up here, went to school here, and wanted to raise his family here. Also, Matt and Amber Engel down at Webb Home Center,
Oh, yes.
another local young couple that have taken
Very
over a long-standing business in the community. So it's exciting to see those that next generation take hold and really assume responsibility.
Well, I've got you on camera. You had choices. You could have went to New York City or any place else and pursued a career. Why did you come home, Chris?
I went to college for, well, my mom will argue with you, but I was I was enrolled for a year. I maybe went for a semester. But I just didn't, I think I was burnt out on school, I suppose. I didn't really, I hated sitting in a classroom. I have taken some more different, types of classes now that I'm out of school. And I like that better than having to, basically be told that you've got to be in class every day, again, Monday through Friday. And then my dad, made me an offer and said, if you want to work, because I worked there, I'd go in grade school on Sundays after church, and I'd, work for a little bit, and then, Dusty and all my other friends would call and say, hey, you want to go play football? So I'd bail and take off and go play football. But I just, I didn't really like sitting in the classroom, and, I could go back and work with my family. And there's times where, it's, working with family and stressful sometimes, but, there's always a benefit of, if you need time off and, you can squeeze away, for a couple hours if your kids have something going on and stuff like that. And we try to do that with some of the employees too, being a family-oriented business. If something comes up with their family, that's more important than, making them stay there and work and grinding away all day long. So.
Well, I sure appreciate the fact that we could sit here on camera and talk about Diane Miller and M&M Tire and you winning this drawing and donating it to Tanya Baldwin and family, and Chris West, the best of West is the best of West down the aisle at high speed. It was a lot of fun. Great for the Great Plains Theater, great for our community to have this going on here. Thank you for coming in and talking to me today. We're going to put the Great Plains Theater in the chair again and talk about upcoming 2016, and I'm pretty sure they're going to do the best of West again.
I think so.
All right.
We're going to plan on it.
All right. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for both of your participations in this wonderful event. Thanks for all you do for our community. Folks, we'll be right back.
Make plans now for a special main stage performance Saturday, April 9th at the Great Plains Theater in Abilene. Direct from Branson, a Neil Diamond tribute with Keith Allen, recreating the songs and music of one of the most popular singer-musicians of our time. Hear your favorite songs from Neil Diamond's 40-plus years of entertaining. You'll get the feeling that you're actually seeing the famous performer on stage at the Great Plains Theater. That's Saturday, April 9th at the Thunderstruck Bumper Building, 401 Cottage in Abilene. Order tickets now, online or by phone at the Great Plains Theater.
Hi, we're back with the Executive Director of the Great Plains Theater, Elizabeth Weiss. Good morning.
Good morning.
What an exciting event we just had on camera.
It sure was. Grab the best of West. It was a fantastic opportunity for Great Plains Theater. Thank you to Lisa Dival who thought of the concept, Country Mart for supplying the groceries for Tanya, and Diane for being so gracious to give the ticket away. It was a great win-win for everybody.
Okay, so great springboard 2016.
Yes.
What have you got planned for us?
We have 4 main stage productions that will start in June. Annie, Get Your Gun starts in June, and then we segue into Lost in Yonkers, then Pump Boys and Dinettes, and then we will have our GI Holiday Jukebox in December. But we also have a special coming up in a couple of weeks. It's a Neil Diamond tribute. Keith Allen is coming from Branson, and he's going to do a show here. So if you haven't got your tickets, they're selling out very quickly.
Those are cool. I think having live artists travel here to
Sure,
Abilene
sure.
and on stage, it's a lot of fun. We've been to a couple that are a lot of fun.
They are.
So it should be a great thing to do here.
Yes. Well, because we dropped down to 4 shows this season, and we're doing one-offs, I guess is what you call them, and to fill in the gaps of times that we aren't having productions. And we also have Michael Misko coming in November. He's was here a long time resident of Abilene and an employee of Great Plains Theater.
Sleight of hand.
The lightest sleight of hand. So he's coming to do a magic show, and he is just getting off Magic UC, which is a premiere that they're doing on the Princess Cruise Line. So it's a pretty big deal, and he's coming back to do this benefit for us. So
that's a crowd
yeah,
pleaser.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that'll be
Absolutely.
fun. All right, 2016, you have, you just finished a big performance for the youth.
We did, Little Shop of Horrors.
That was a lot of fun.
Fantastic show. Not only did the kids put that show up in 4 weeks, which is just phenomenal that it all came together. Because of that, we have a new artistic director in the house. Randy West came to us from Houston and is going to be our artistic director, and his wife, Mags, will be joining him at the end of this school year. She's still down in Houston, and she's going to be our education director. So we're building a great team here at Great Plains Theater.
I guess because we're involved a little bit with Great Plains Theater, you're involved a lot of bit,
Sure.
and I'm involved a lot of bit with
You are.
you. So
Yes, you are.
by default,
Yes,
I'm
you are.
involved a lot of bit. But to me, compartmentalizing this a bit, it was very interesting to watch that youth program start emotionally down when they lost their
Correct.
leader.
That's right.
And how quickly it recovered
That's right.
when you announced that Randy was coming and would be here in 2 days.
That's right.
And then when they walked out on stage and put on those 3 performances of Little Shop of Horrors, and it was just
Oh, they nailed
sharp.
it. They did. They nailed it. And unfortunately, and I can say this, that they only had 3 performances, and we could have run that for 3 more weekends. But the kids, again, their schedules are just get consumed with school activities, and so trying to fit in rehearsals and when we can do performances it's a lot of work to just juggle those things. So. But it was, 3 sold-out performances, so that was fantastic.
I remember when you were making the circuit, introducing that Great Plains was going to keep going out of the ashes of a lost building, and you talked about the main stage professional theater. You talked about a vibrant youth program. You talked about cinema for those people right here in Abilene that want to watch movies.
That's right.
And all 3 of those legs are up and going.
They are, and the cinema, the cinema is going very well. We obviously need people to come and attend. If people don't come and attend our performances at the cinema, it will go away. That's all there is to it.
So Zootopia.
Yeah, Zootopia.
Zootopia.
And we need to play that for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But it's a great movie. It's one of those ones you'll come and see it and then have date night and bring your beloved
I
to
think
come and
I've
have
just
date
been
night.
given a clue.
Yes, you have. And get popcorn.
And
we have this
popcorn.
phenomenal popcorn
You have the
machine.
largest popcorn machine known to mankind.
Probably in the county. So
Yes, no doubt in the
the
county.
popcorn's great, and the
Yes.
seats are great, and the space has just worked out. I keep saying better than I imagined, but I imagined it was going to be great,
There
and
you
it
go.
just is.
Fulfilling all the promises.
Absolutely.
You and your team.
Absolutely.
You have a
Great
team of staff, and you have a wide team of volunteers,
Yes,
of which
we do.
2 or 3 just trooped by.
They
a
did,
little bit
didn't
ago.
they? They did.
It's always encouraging to me, as a citizen of this community, right here in our town, Abilene, Kansas, to see the spirit of volunteerism that you have brought to Great Plains Theater, and very talented people who are completely engaged in their piece of the pie,
Yes.
doing great things.
And can
here.
I interject? We
Yes.
need more volunteers, so please come down, fill out a volunteer form. Lisa would be so happy to see you. Slide you into a slot that things that you would like to do, whether it's painting or building scenery or fixing a light bulb even. We don't have a facility person, so those things are all needed.
All right. Well, Elizabeth, thanks for allowing us to come in today.
you for
The
me.
Best of West was a lot of fun.
It really was.
Meeting those people was terrific.
That was.
Glad to see you're doing it again.
Yes, we are. We are. Chris has agreed to do it next year, so we will be gathering our tickets and probably sending Lorraine and Lisa back on the road. You know, they went to every service group and out, you know, on Saturdays, and Patty Mayhew, and it was a joint effort by everybody to get that done, and we're appreciate Country Mart that they are going to be willing to let us do it again for next year.
Folks, we know you've enjoyed watching this program and meeting the people who make our community great. We would like to see you come down to Great Plains Theater and join in the fun. For Eagle Communications, I'm Dennis Weiss. This is Elizabeth Weiss, the Executive Director of Great Plains Theater. We want you to have a great day.